welcome to episode 4, Lottery Winner. So, ladies, Danya, look at you with the pink glasses. Working, girl. Yes. You know, I'm a red girl versus a pink girl, but I like those glasses on you.
Thank you.
She look all professional.
I know, with a little pizzazz on them.
Whatever.
Yeah. So anyways, today we're going to be talking about winning the lottery. I don't know how many times I've had this dream that I have won the lottery, girl. And I have planned all the things that I'm going to do. But as soon as I get ready to go to that lottery office, I wake up. I don't understand what the problem is. It's just like you get me right to that point and then boom, cut me off. So, I have thought so many different times, like what I would do, what I would buy, where would I donate, what I would do. And I think I have probably 4 or 5 things on my list that always seems to come up. They kind of happen differently. And depending on, how my tastes change from year to year, one or two of the items, may be a little different. However, I've always said the first thing I would do is pay off my mortgage. That's one thing that, hey, let's knock that right on out. When I get old, I'm not trying to be 70 and wonder if I'm gonna still be able to pay the mortgage. So definitely will pay that off. And the next thing this year, the car that I want.
Oh, Lord.
Somebody to bless me. I want a Maserati Gran Turismo. Oh, that car is so freaking.
Never heard of it.
I'm gonna need you to look that up.
Never have to look that up.
No, we don't. No, we don't, because see, we got big tuna fish money, and we understand that. So why look at some stuff that we not?
Ain't no need to look it up, huh?
Exactly.
Hey, if I could afford it, I would already have one. It only cost. Well, I ain't gonna say only because it costs about 150. You know what I'm saying? So
For a car. For a car, not for a car, not a car,
sexy car.
A car. What you gonna do with it? I mean, it's not even like we live in Europe or anything where you can really get on the road and open it up. We got speed limits around here, so what's the point?
Listen, I'm gonna be driving real slow anyway.
Oh, because you want to be seen?
For 150 stacks, I want somebody to see me.
Can you live in it for that much? Can you live in it?
Exactly.
That's like a whole house.
Look, you should be able to live in it. When you press a button, it should, serve you like Alfred or something. I mean, like, I should get meals. I shouldn't have to do it. Should wipe my butt, okay, for 150 G's. I'm just saying that's a lot of money for a car.
I'm saying is people live in Geo Metros, so how come you can't live in a Maserati? You know what I'm saying? Some homeless folks may have to live in their car for a little while. If they can live in their car, how come I can't live in mine? I'm just saying. It's a fantasy of mine, okay? If I hit that lottery, I'm gonna hit some corners.
Okay.
Because you guys know I love to travel. The third thing on my list, I want to take a most fabulous trip to Dubai and South Africa. Oh,
I can see South Africa. Dubai is kind of overrated right now.
I've never been, so I don't know if it's overrated.
Why do you say that?
Because it's just like the trendy place to go now. Everybody is in Dubai. Every time,
okay.
We going to Dubai. We going to Dubai. We going to. Okay, it's just like when they was Miami and Atlanta and you to death. Everybody was going to Miami and Atlanta. Now everybody going to Dubai. I guess I want to go where everybody's not going.
Listen, in Dubai, the police cars are Maseratis, okay? I'm trying to go with a luxury. I want to see what this is all about. This is surrounded by water, so you just built this particular. I want to go see it. I don't care what you say. I'm going there. South Africa. I really, really want to go to South Africa. However, I'm afraid of all of the shots and things you got to put in your body, to keep yourself immune from a bunch of things. So that's honestly the only reason I haven't been to South Africa yet, is because I'm afraid to put that stuff in my body. My husband is itching to go as well. And so that's kind of a shoe in the bucket, but I don't know about all them drugs you're gonna be putting in your body. Then the next thing that I would do, I always said that I will rent, how like you rent a hotel space, like the banquet hall or whatever. Mm-hmm. I will gather up all of my family and friends whose hands I'm gonna tap or whatever I'm gonna get. Everybody get an envelope. Your name is on your envelope. What you get in your envelope is all I want to give you. Once that's gone,
so nice.
Don't call me asking me for nothing. Because I'm going to be like, no to the no, no, no. I already done gave you what I was going to give you. Now, I understand that, maybe some family members or friends could be in a different, financial situation than others. So I'm taking that into consideration. So if I'm giving you something, it's to set you free for the moment. Now, what you do after that, that's your business. So once I give you that little envelope, don't ask me for nothing else, because I'm gonna have to block you from my phone, because I done told you already. So I've always had, said I would, make sure I tap the hands, and you want to help bring up your family members and bless them with whatever. And then the last thing is I will make donations to, certain charities and organizations. Um, Education is one for me, for those who are not able to pay for an education. I want to make sure that, especially people of color, are able to have the opportunity to go to school or whatever. Obviously, I am a Christian, and so I would donate monies to the churches that I have belonged to in my life. My childhood church I belong to in San Antonio, and the church that I was a part of, or I am a part of here currently. So, Danya, what you looking like? What you gonna do with your money?
I'm the youngest. I get to go last. What are you talking about? It's Joanna's turn.
All
We
right.
are.
I'm saving my money for last, baby, because I got some contradictions to some.
Oh Lord. Okay, so what would I do? I got 6 things that I would do right off the bat. Number one would definitely get an attorney, because if at all possible, I don't want people to know I even won.
You have to get a trust. You have to put it in a trust.
I don't want Uncle Billy Bob coming out the woodwork that I ain't never seen before, that don't know me, but all of a sudden, since I don't won the lottery, now he wanna get to know his little niece and nephew. No.
Yeah, see,
I don't want that to happen. I don't want my name out there. I just want my money. Give it to me in Bitcoins and let me live my life. I don't want to deal with getting, the sad stories of the mail coming in from people who are down on their luck. I don't want that.
See,
I would definitely get an attorney first. That'd be my first thing right off the bat, is call an attorney.
and that's a good thing, because some states have it in their lottery clause that you can't be anonymous.
Right.
So,
right.
yeah, not all the states have it where you can be anonymous when you collect your lottery winnings. So that's a good thing.
That's true. That's why you have to put it in a trust. You have to put it in the name. So your trust, I'm like, okay, well, I'll put it in my last name. Like, I have to make up some creative name of a trust. That way you are still able to withdraw your earnings or whatever. And also, gifting, you get a little tax break for gifting. So you don't have to pay taxes on the amount you gift, and the person receiving the gift may not have to pay taxes on a certain amount. So that's good.
Number 2, now I did not play the lottery a lot. I have to be honest, I can count the number of times on one hand that I played the lottery, and I don't even think it's 5. However, having said that, there's been a couple times. I remember it was a couple years back that it had got up to like $600 million. And literally, I was with my family in Indiana, and we all played. So there's been some times where it's gotten, the other 2 times they have been like close to $400 million. And I had played, and I've only bought 1 card. Like, I'm so stingy, I don't even believe in buying like 5 or 6 or 20. I buy 1 card. And that's it. That's all I'm gonna give money to. But if I ever did win, say one of those times where it got to like over, $400 million or whatever, and I won, the first thing I would do would tithe on it. Because I got to give God his, because guess what? If he hadn't made this happen, because there's like a 1 in 1 million billion chance you would even win.
That's
so
true.
If I did win, I'm going to have to give him his cut first. So I would go ahead and I would pay tithes. The third thing that I would do is that I currently own 2 houses. I would pay those off, but I would rent them out. I wouldn't get rid of them. I would pay them out and rent them out and still have that residual income coming in. Because I hear so many horror stories of people who have won the lottery, and then 5 years later, they have nothing to show for it. They were out wilding and doing all these things, and now the big house is gone. They living in a tent and all this other sad story. It's not going to be me. I'm going to always have a plan B somewhere in the back. So I'm going to keep those houses, fix them up, rent them out, and use that as residual income. So if anything happens, at least I would have those two incomes coming in a month to take
somewhere
care
to
of
stay.
And somewhere to stay, like if it comes down to it. Number 4, I would definitely start investing. I would invest at least 5% of everything that I want. Investing, I mean, just, stocks, bonds. There's charities and organizations that I want to support. Anything with children, child trafficking, all of those things, stopping and getting that stuff out, arresting people who are doing these type of things. I would definitely support, get and back those organizations that are helping with things like that. Number 5, I'm gonna buy my dream house now. I'm gonna buy my dream house now. It's gonna be legit. It's gonna be on some land, a lot of land. I'm gonna get my dream house. I'm gonna get my dream house. That is gonna be everything I ever wanted. It's gonna have stuff for me, my kids, my grandkids, and hopefully I'll be able to keep it in the family for generations to come. So that's what
I'm talking about. Some estates.
Yeah, I'm talking about an estate. Something I can pass along to the next generation. So I'm gonna buy my dream house. And then number 6, the last thing on the list is that it's just travel. I love to travel. I'm a military brat. I love going all over around, different places, seeing different things. I do have a bucket list. I've actually been to a lot of places that I had on my initial bucket list, but I also want to go to South Africa, and Greece and Australia. So those are, 3 areas that I haven't had a chance to visit yet. So I would definitely, I know one thing, I wouldn't be working. As soon as I get that money, bye-bye. I am not working, so it's just gonna be about me and just living my life, enjoying life with my kids, my family, and doing things that I've always really wanted to do. So that's what I would do if I won the lottery.
It's funny that you say that you wouldn't work. Okay, so in general,
I'll put it this way, I wouldn't work for somebody. I'm always an entrepreneur at heart, so I know that I will always be doing entrepreneurial things, but it'd be because I want to and not because I have to do something for someone else.
And you the boss, you ain't got to report.
I would not work for anybody else, but I don't think I would ever stop working.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever stop working. And you think back to when you start a business, most people kind of just jump all in, you quit your job. When you work in a business, you have to continue working your regular job to kind of build up your own business. So I would definitely embark upon some things that I, think that I could do and want to do as a business owner. Whether it be, those chain, it could be a chain restaurant. It could be here where we are, dry cleaners. It costs you $15 to clean a shirt. And so,
dang. Girl, listen, send me that shirt. I clean it for you.
Listen, I don't do dry cleaners here. After finding out what they do, everything I buy first. Listen, I can go off on a tangent. I'm not going to do that. However, I said that to say that here, like living in Indiana and Texas, they have those one price cleaners. So I will open up a one price cleaner. So every piece is $1.25, and something like that. Something that I don't have to necessarily be at. Hi, Maxwell. Something I don't have to necessarily be at every day. But, with my finance background, I would be overseeing or whatever, have workers. So I would always have something that I would be doing, even if I won the lottery. And talking about your dream home, do you watch my lottery dream home with David Bromstad on HGTV?
I have never watched that, but I do watch HD TV. I do like that show. I really like the shows that are on there, but I haven't watched his particularly.
It's pretty cool. He goes all over, the U.S. or whatever, helping people who won a lottery. And mostly the show is about people who win a lottery with scratch-offs. It's pretty interesting. You, in your spare time, check that out or whatever. But, okay, Miss Donya, what you got going on with your lottery winnings?
Okay.
Cousin girl.
Whatever. You only handed out one envelope, so my envelope better be. Listen, my envelope better be fat. We used to share the same bath water. I ain't playing with you.
TMI. Let's keep it moving.
You ain't got to tell everybody that.
Okay. Okay, so I have multiple things I want to do with my lottery winnings, and these are in no particular order. Okay, so I want to donate money to my home church, the church that I grew up in Gary, Indiana, which is New Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church. I definitely want to donate to the church and the community outreach programs that they have. I don't know if you guys remember, our Aunt Phyllis was one of the inaugural members of starting the community outreach programs. And of course, you all know how close we were. So definitely want to donate to our church and community outreach. I want to pay off my student loan and the student loans of my friends who still have them, because, you know, unlike my two cousins here, I still got loans. So that's a big deal. And the year that I win the lottery, I don't know if you guys remember this from last year, the billionaire who paid off the student loans for those guys at Morehouse. So like I was saying, I can't remember his name, but the billionaire who paid off the student loans for Morehouse graduating class last year, the year that I win the lottery, I would like to pay off the student loans of a graduating class. I think that was amazing, to give those young men a clean slate as they went into life, starting their new life with their college degrees and not having the burden hanging over them of their student loans. So I definitely want to do that the year that I win the lottery. Let's see. I want to go to law school, and I want to be able to pay for it and not have to worry about it at the end. I've wanted to be a lawyer since I was 6 years old and saw my first episode of Perry Mason. So I definitely want to go to law school, and I want to go to a particular law school, and it's in Dallas, Texas. So that is definitely something I'm going to be able to pay for when I win the lottery.
Girl, put it out there. They might send you a scholarship.
Say,
Put that out there.
Girl, say the name.
Okay, well, it is SMU Dedman School of Law. So it's in Dallas, Texas.
Call her.
I am going to buy 50 acres of land.
And a mule?
And I ain't say 40 acres. I ain't say nothing about 40 acres and a mule. I said
You said 50, but are you going to get a mule, though? That's what I want to know.
Listen, so with my acres of land, I will be taking 10 acres of my land and putting tiny houses on it for the homeless population. I want to have that opportunity for them, and there'll also be a community center on that 10 acres with the tiny houses to help them. There'll be representatives there from like the VA, medical, things like that, to help them, because a lot of our homeless population are vets. So I need somebody there to help them to get the things they need and the resources in place. But I want them to always have an opportunity to have somewhere to live. I have a very special place in my heart for the homeless, for reasons that even my cousins do not know. So that's a big deal for me. Also on my 50 acres, another 10 acres will be for my nonprofit called the Clark House. So the Clark House is the nonprofit organization for young men and women from inner city communities or just anywhere around the world who needs help. And when I say help, it's in every area, from education, a place to stay, a place to feel safe, a place to learn a trade. Everyone is not cut out to go to college. So we will have people at Clark House who will help them learn a trade. If they want to go to college, we'll have educators there to tutor them, to prepare them to take the SAT, ACT, or whatever those classes are, those tests you have to take in order to get in college. We also have people from the military who will come and talk to them. It'll be a very well-rounded place, and it's for the youth. It is all about the youth. I say young adults or young teenagers, but the groups who will be able to come will start at the age of 8. I have done a lot of research, and it has shown that usually a lot of times any type of abuse that takes place starts between the ages of 6 and 8. So I need to have a place available with resources, mental health professionals, things like that, etc., there to assist those who need it. And this is called the Clark House. It is named after our grandfather, Ivory Clark. So that'll be on 10 acres of land. There'll also be houses there for these residents to stay in if they need to stay. If not, they can just come during the day. I'm not going to quit my job. Unlike my cousins, I am not an entrepreneur. I enjoy my regular every 2-week checks and my benefits. I'm not going to quit my job, but what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do anything at my job. I'm going to go to work every day. I've been thinking about this, y'all. I'm going to go to work every day. I'm going to put my feet up. I'm going to chit chat. I'm going to have snacks. I'm going to talk to people. And all the people that I've been waiting to cuss out for the last 13 years, baby. I'm so
And you about
excited.
to get fired.
Excuse me.
Exactly.
You won't have a
You
job.
about to get fired.
Listen, but they gonna fire me, and guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna file unemployment. What y'all fired me for?
I'm sure somewhere in your HR employee,
Right.
you cannot say or do the things that you are thinking that you can do, and they will have.
I'm just saying.
You talking to two other HR professionals, okay?
Listen, but I work for the federal government. It's hard to fire a federal employee. It take a while. So while they working on firing me, I still get to come to work.
They don't have to fire you. You sound like you firing yourself. See,
Right.
I don't fire people. They fire themselves. Okay.
Okay, and while I'm working on firing myself, I still get to come to work. Anyway, no, seriously, I love what I do. I probably would still work, unless for some reason if you can't be anonymous when you win the lottery, I would have to quit just because of the type of job that I have, and there can be instances where people try to take advantage of that to the detriment of the government, and I'm not going to do that. But if that's not the case, I'm gonna still go to work. I mean, I might only work 2 days a week, but I'm still gonna go.
You can stay anonymous per se. You have to just put your winnings in a trust. So if you do that, you can conquer both.
And I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I'm gonna give me a mommy makeover. Cause y'all remember I got 2 stomachs, right? So I'm gonna give me a mommy makeover. I'm only gonna have 1 stomach, and my thighs not gonna rub together no more. And
I have to ask about that.
ooh, I don't
have
know.
an ask. Can you put me down as your executor when you had a surgery, just in case something happened and I'm
not giving you my money.
She's like, don't forget your cousins.
You ain't said nothing about giving your people nothing.
Oh, okay. Cause I'm not giving my people nothing.
You gonna give us anything?
I'm gonna put it this way: the Lord is gonna have to speak to me on what I should give and what I shouldn't. But I don't feel obligated to give anybody anything.
Just because we share DNA, don't mean listen. Okay, this is something that we've always had a disagreement or issue about. Anyway,
I'm gonna change y'all envelope numbers now.
Listen,
I wasn't expecting no envelope from you.
I'm just saying, skin folk don't make you kin folk now. I'm just saying, I don't feel obligated to get nothing to any of our family members or friends. I mean, if y'all student loans weren't paid off, I had y'all, but y'all good. So I mean, I might give something to your kids. Now, see, that's different. I got a special place in my heart for the children. And now there is one of my relatives that I'm gonna give her something. I'm gonna make sure that she has the resources she needs to do whatever it is in the world that she wants to do, because she is the most kind-hearted, sweetest person. She is
my little sister, I think.
Oh.
I'm sorry, y'all. I get teared up when I talk about my baby. So hold on, because that's my whole heart right there. She is the first person that I loved unconditionally, and I want her to have everything in the world, and I want her to do whatever it is. So I will give money to Stanley Renee. That is the one.
She the first person you ever loved unconditionally. What are we?
I know y'all like that.
I just found out on this episode, my cousins ain't gonna hook me up with no Skrilla.
Listen.
And y'all don't love me unconditionally. I'm just like, wow.
We love you.
Not unconditionally though.
I love you with conditions, but Nene, that's my boo. That's my boo. That's my listen. That's my first child. Y'all don't understand. Me and Nene go way back like similar. So yeah. So whatever she need. I mean, I love y'all and everything, but y'all was some mean kids. Y'all was mean.
I do not recall being mean as a
y'all.
Danya, let's save it.
I want to point out y'all got selective memory, what I like to call BC. Y'all got selective memory before Christ. Y'all don't remember none before Christ. But I love y'all.
Anywho, I'm like, let me come up with some new numbers here. I'm just confused. Jeez.
Just because we not gonna give you no coins, don't mean we not gonna take care of you. When I put on my heels, they just accentuate my booty.
You kind of like walking like this.
Bigger. And then it's only two
They can't
people.
handle it.
They can't handle it, girl. The club can't handle it right now. But yeah. And then I got shapely legs like Auntie Natalie. So when I put my heels on, you got that booty thing going on, then you got them legs. Hey.
Anywho, well,
HR going wild.
So I think this kind of wraps up the show about what you do with your money. I'm gonna need y'all to go back though, look over your list one more time to make sure y'all don't want to include your sister cousin in that list or something. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta give me nothing directly. I can just give you a list of stuff that I would like.
Listen. I'm gonna make sure you have a direct connection to what kind of hair you like.
I don't need that, boo. I got that under control. Listen, I don't need you to buy me nothing that I can buy for myself. Okay. I will give you a list. I don't need anything. However, if you won the lottery, you had some scratch, and you say, "Hey, cousin, what can I do for you?" I need time to think about that.
You ain't gonna know I won the lottery because it's gonna be anonymous.
Okay, audience, listen, I give up. I give up. I'm not gonna get anything. Somebody got to pray about it. The Lord don't need to tell you to give your cousin something. You don't need the Lord for that. Y'all stop using the Lord for stuff that you don't need him for. Okay, save that prayer for something else.
Listen.
You can stop the Lord on everything.
Yes, I have an employee, and this is so fun. He's so sweet, y'all. I have an employee. He was confused about something. I just think it's funny. He was confused about something. So one of my other staff members said, "Well, ask me." And he said, "Oh, well, I'm gonna have to pray about it." It's like, the same goes to them coins, cousin. We don't have to pray about it.
I guess. I don't know, to be honest, I don't know if I'll ever win a lottery because you have to play to win. However, I will say that I have played when, the lotto or whatever has gotten up to, them hundreds of millions. I have played.
Mm-hmm.
But that show, my lottery dream house, a lot of those winnings have been from scratch offs. I just can't see myself. Listen, people have won $1 million or more on a $20 scratch off. $20 really ain't that much, right? I just spent $20 on some teriyaki chicken yesterday. Was kind of upset about it. I'm like, that's a lot of money for chicken teriyaki and some egg rolls. However, I probably should have took that 20 to the grocery store and got that scratch off or whatever. But I don't know if I would ever win because I'm too cheap, or I just think it's kind of a waste to spend. And it's like, how often are you going to buy the tickets or whatever? So, or play the lotto. I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever win. However, if I did, those things I named, those are some things that I've always considered, and I said that I would do. So I don't know. Maybe when we get off this podcast, maybe we go to the grocery store and buy me a $20 lottery ticket.
I do got to make a quick run, so you never know. I might get a scratch off. But
got to play to win, though.
Yeah.
I play. I'm a player. I don't play the way I used to because I live in Mississippi and we literally just got the lottery in 2020.
Really?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think that when I do win the lottery, because I am going to go ahead and claim that gift, that Luwanda, I got you.
Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you, Lord, for answering prayer real fast. Okay.
In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Won't he do it?
Won't he?
Yes, he will. Willie won't.
Well, on that note, this will conclude episode 4, Lottery Winner. As always, we would like for you to comment below, like, share, and subscribe. And peace and hair grease.